Right, right.
I know way too much about Lucas, but because we get to see so much Ness, we all know a little bit about Ness. You know, Ness is at the top level, I think, well represented.
Yeah, I would say so. And it's going to be Hollow Bastion for game one here as we get started. Already off stage, SmashBros is going to have to fight back as Gackt tries to keep up that pressure, but really good roll on kind of clears the way, and now we get a bit of a role reversal.
Ooh, yeah, great strings here from SmashBros to start things up. Gackt, I mean, two floaties fighting it out. You never know who's going to make it out, but I mean, with two good disjoints on both sides, like, hey, anything's possible.
Definitely, definitely. Big option from the ledge, though. That forward air from Ness, really good at fighting back, and then if you do happen to get the hit, really good at taking that stage control back. But SmashBros really finding the initiative here, and PK Fire gets that first stock. Can't go recover too high. There's so many things you have to worry about in this matchup, in particular about recovering. Almost nowhere is safe.
Right. I mean, I know that if anybody knows how to fight Lucas, it's probably Gackt. Like, they have so many crazy characters in Japan. Like, there's no doubt that Gackt has seen this before. And yet still, you know, the kill power option of the PK Fire from Lucas specifically is a unique aspect that we don't think about too much. And, you know, in those situations where you're slow falling with the PK Rocket, what do you do?
What a great recovery, by the way, from SmashBros, getting around the missed Zair and also the threat of the yo-yo. Yep. Still finding a way back, but Gackt with a huge pickup gets the aerial to trade favorably, and now only 58% on this second stock. Gonna try and answer back immediately.
Yeah, true. Good trades on both sides, but hey, that is not safe at all. It's got the iframes on startup, so you might be able to muscle your way through something, but Gackt is no fool. No, I'm not gonna fall for that one.
Love that shield pressure that we're seeing from SmashBros as well. The sort of down tilt, forward tilt, really good option to kind of just keep hitting the shield. And if the opponent does drop it, it can lead into a lot of stuff and just has some pretty solid knockback as well.
Of course. Yeah, but here, you know, it's tough to see like both players like kind of struggling to find the in. You know, it's a battle of timings, you know, because the spacings are very similar between these two. So it's like, it really is just depending on like, okay, who swings first.
Yeah, we're also seeing some really interesting character-specific stuff. Gackt trying to go to that platform for those down-angled PK Fires, whereas SmashBros is trying to hold down that bottom lane in Hollow Bastion, but it's going to be Gackt with a wonderfully placed forward air off stage to take that second stock, but I know SmashBros has a lot of different opportunities and different options to implement at this percent to even it right back up.
Yeah, we're seeing some like drag down nair stuff from SmashBros. Like, they're doing the right stuff. It feels like they know exactly how to beat Gackt at his own game potentially.
Possibly, but you're going to have to take this stock first, and Gackt making it pretty difficult right now. Really elusive in terms of the movement, but it's going to be Zair barely missing that follow-up off of the Zair, though. And now back to center, another opportunity, but no big punish.
Yeah, but these quick, like reversal Zairs, like it's a nice burst of movement, and it's so quick, low knockback too, so at low percent you can do whatever you want. You can keep those together, and it doesn't even have to be a train. You can just get them off stage and do whatever you want.
Yeah, sometimes you just need one stop.
That's true.
Where you're going.
And remember, the magnets on the PK Thunders, if you can force a PK Thunder, that's a free stop.
It can be. Definitely something to think about, and probably on the forefront of both players' minds right now. This last stock, though, any little hit can turn into some big damage from SmashBros. The strings have been phenomenal all weekend. I don't see them stopping anytime soon.
Nope. The jab stuff here, a little bit extra damage, just any amount to try to bring yourself back. Only a slight lead for Gackt at this time. Still a couple straight hits. It feels like no one's really getting the combos. We are just getting a quick reset to neutral after one interaction.
Yeah, they're both playing a nice mid-range, trying to relatively stay conservative and not go for anything too ambitious. Both players really feeling it in this game one here. Looking for some small hits with SmashBros, throwing out the PK Fires in the neutral airs, and Gackt just trying to wall out with these back airs, and it's really working out for the most part. But SmashBros taking the initiative here, not finding the hit, but able to get away safely.
Yeah, that's always like the nice, like, okay, you know, hit the emergency evac and like get out. But like, I mean, at the same time, you know, Gackt could simply be ready for it next time. You never know what he's going to be looking for in a way to punish that option.
Right. Gackt also really taking advantage of this platform, threatening a bunch of different aerials off of the bottom or the PK Fires. Really good angle to cut off the approach. If SmashBros can find a way to punish that landing, that could be it. Good pressure right here. Gackt gonna have to find a way in, but the Zair cutting off the approach. Yeah,
late hit Zair, you can fly up with it, which is a really nice air-to-air option. However, it doesn't really lead to a follow-up. It's something that Gackt can just simply avoid and bypass. Gotta get the bonk. Okay, gets the second chance and gets past the yo-yo. SmashBros getting like all around all of Gackt's best options. Can we find anything on these edge guards? Because these are both at kill percent.
Okay, a sour spot back here, but that's huge. Unfortunately, Gackt finds a way up and around and gets a hit to take that first game. And gonna have to take a sip after that war of
up too,
attrition.
right? Like that was very animated after that one. Like, all right, let's get down to business. Like, all right, let's talk about this.
Right.
Stage bans.
Yes.
Thinking about it, and now SmashBros is like, okay, I'll stand up with you.
You know what? Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I will
Right,
join you up there. Gonna
Right.
take another sip as well to get back to a lot of mentally taxing things that you have to think about. Like all of the options in that game that were small, slight misses.
Yeah, that's true.
How that stage worked so well for Gackt, and can SmashBros make some adaptations to maybe take advantage of that layout a little bit more in the next game, or are we going to see a big change of scenery, maybe some like small battlefield instead with some of the smaller side platforms as
I can see
opposed
that.
to that big center platform?
I can see that. I mean, it's interesting to see Hollow Bastion being the stage 1 pick. You know, a lot of times it's a counter pick for a lot of rule sets. So the fact that we're starting on there, it does kind of like set an interesting tone for the set. I'm kind of interested to see, but you are right. We're going to go to small battlefield after all. AG, well picked.
All right, well, unfortunately, you do still get a little bit of that Ness interaction where you can PK fire off the platforms and cut that center stage axis off, as we see right there. So that's going to be really good for Gackt. See if SmashBros can find a way around it, but right now, stuck on the back foot, and one more PK fire to keep that advantage going.
Yeah, force the air dodge, but somehow the magnet hand's still good enough for the other side boy. We know that Gackt has it too with Ness, but wow, that was kind of egregious.
Oh, that's it.
But we got it, yeah, so we've got a nice little dash attack to finish that off. Hits the sweet spot. Nice hit, but I mean, that's just damage at this point. We just need more.
Right. Oh, the trip is huge. Get up attack, not really working out. And now we see the roll reversal. Can SmashBros make something happen? Gackt is getting so much mileage jumping in from the ledge. It seems like SmashBros isn't fast enough to jump up and chase.
Yeah, that's true. So now we're finding these like center stage scrambles where, okay, I'm above you. We both want to get the juggle, but because you have these distances, because you have multiple lingering hits, multi-hits as well, it's so difficult. Like we're getting like hit 2 of like Nair, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden that changes the nature of the interaction.
Exactly. Nice little pressure at the edge right there. Not really going for anything too big like the Lucas down smash or anything, just taking these PK fires to catch the jump from Gackt, who's been jumping from ledge a little bit too much, and SmashBros has been punishing accordingly, but now firing right back.
Yeah, I don't know about that air dodge though. That was rough, and now we might be taking some damage. But look, SmashBros all of a sudden takes stage control right back. You see, oh, okay, Gackt is on platform. I managed to win after this. How did that happen? Fell into advantage state.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Try and keep pressing that advantage though. The Zaire, really good pressure, as we mentioned, so safe, really good mobility burst as well, but there's those PK fires that have been the star of the show for Gackt. Just cuts off so much of the stage, and SmashBros has no real option but to wait until it's finally their turn.
Yeah, and finally these fast fall fairs is something that SmashBros has like really kind of went all in on. I mean, I appreciate it, but they just haven't been able to do too much except push Gackt kind of back against the wall.
Right.
That might be important, but when now Gackt is like against the wall, but you're there with him,
right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Alive.
It's a tough spot to be in for sure. SmashBros trying to find a way out, but that back throw should do it. And what a big pickup from him. Just a little drag down aerial.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's these drag downs. Like we talked about it, how SmashBros was doing it with an air. Gackt is now doing it with the up air. They're both starting to take pages out of each other's book. Like, hey, like we both got like very similar veins, but they're just different moves doing the same kind of thing.
I love it. It's taking notes. Nice punish on the aerial. Gackt once again jumping from the ledge with an aerial, and SmashBros punishing slightly more spectacularly. That time went with the forward air. A little bit of a deficit to work around, but nothing too humongous or monumental. Only 49%. That's one good string from SmashBros.
Definitely, but Gackt, again, is holding center stage pretty well. Does go to the platform here and kind of like maybe giving SmashBros a false sense of security. I mean, you see a quick close range dash attack, and that's not enough. Gackt with a great spot dodge to avoid, runs right in with a grab. Now these close range scrambles are where Gackt has been getting a lot of advantage.
Oh, wow, and that drop zone forward air is going to put SmashBros in a near unwinnable spot, but does air dodge back onto the stage, and Gackt keeping it going, not getting the grab, and what a scramble center stage. It's SmashBros with the forward air.
Oh, but the Zaire passes right through. Great roll in on the platform, Gackt. SmashBros cannot get anything here, but the last hit of Nair as you land pops Gackt up, and finally we're getting something here, a big gasp from the crowd, but it won't get the stock.
Not quite yet. The spot dodge on the ground. Oh, read! SmashBros for the fences. The down special, though.
Wait a second!
What the hell, Nerf? Out of nowhere, MBS in the wings, screaming after that result.
2 frames with the F tilt. You forgot about this character, but like this character could easily edgeguard you with one quick move like that. I don't know what frame that is, but it's good.
And that was down to the wire. There were 3 or more situations where Gackt had it in the palm of his hands, but missed a grab, and SmashBros guessed right every single time. The spot dodges were immaculate, and the reads were perfect.
Yeah, what an edge guard there from SmashBros to take the game. Big one over Gackt, but hey, I don't know. That's not, again, we still got more to go, and that was like a last hit situation, so that could have gone either way at any time. We need to see if Gackt is going to extend a lead early on in this game, or how personally is he going to take that?
Well, I think that this stage pick is going to be phenomenal for Gackt. All this extra movement, all of the extra platform configurations. It's going to be tough to get around PK Fire, but now we see SmashBros actually going up to the platform to challenge instead, which is exactly what we need to see in terms of that dynamic shift for the SmashBros fan.
I do actually like to see that, and I mean, even though this is, you know, a longer stage, that could be good for Zair trains too. You can do so much with Lucas, and so far so good. The reversals of the PK Fire have been pretty good at creating space for both players, but neither of them have really done too much early in this game.
No, just keeping it relatively close and consistent here. Nothing huge, but that back air is a big opportunity. What a grab on the ledge. I didn't expect that range, but nice from SmashBros, keeping it relatively safe. Just these nice conservative pokes, but unfortunately gets caught out finally with a forward air from Gackt.
Yeah, that's the kind of like the danger of these platforms, especially here on the sides. Gives you that thought that maybe I can like just go right back to it, but Gackt has seen the song and dance before. It's going to take that first stock real nice. Yep,
and now we just got the mid-range PK Fire game working out a little bit more for Gackt right there, trying to approach. Nothing huge quite yet, but that is a lot of damage and a rough spot for SmashBros.
Yeah, definitely, especially with a roll in, getting caught by the grab. Gackt seems to be in SmashBros' head, shielding out the get-up attack, knows exactly what options SmashBros is looking to get out of jail with.
All right, PK Fire at the ledge, definitely trying to slow it down a little bit to try and re-approach this whole situation. SmashBros gets a little bit of percent back, but it's not really worth the trade. Gackt gets the grab, and now an edgeguard opportunity as the smash attack comes in, but good stuff for SmashBros.
Staying alive, even against the yo-yo. Good stuff with this like angled ledge. That stuff can be a death knell for even the best recoveries. And now SmashBros still skating right by, doing okay. Shield pressuring with the PK Fire, but Gackt is so patient right now. Does not have to do too much. And using the double jump just to avoid, and like you're burning resources just to like stay elusive, but you don't need to do that. You're just doing it because, you know, you're playing the neutral.
Oh, all right, an air dodge from Gackt. No big follow-up from SmashBros until that grab. And I think that patience that you pointed out has been the X factor for Gackt. Just really slowing it down and taking only the guaranteed hits. Really working out. Now a clean stock lead for Gackt, but SmashBros definitely playing with a little bit of passion to try and beat out that patience from Gackt.
That's right. So when that fire in the belly, you're going to need it because Gackt fast falling with the up airs, trying to get as much close range shield pressure as possible. This is what I'm talking about. Zair, and fair. We got a nice little string, some good stuff, and off the sides, this could be dangerous. You don't want to play off stage here on Town and City. What is the play? Ooh. Can you catch it? Another F tilt to take the stock, and we're going to last stock here. Will we see SmashBros go up in this set against Gackt?
I think Gackt has been having a really hard time in these scramble situations. That air dodge after air dodge got scouted out by SmashBros, and now all of a sudden Gackt does not look as composed as we've seen for the rest of this game. PK Fire, though, a good way to slow it down as they scramble center stage. I
think having no platforms is better for Lucas than it is for Ness in these situations. But we got some chance to breathe here for Gackt. We got a little bit of a safe haven there on the mid platform. Going to hang out, try to get these angled PK Fires that we saw earlier in the set. And get something here, a nice, almost with the drag down. Gackt was cooking, but SmashBros again finds the evasion.
All right, PK Fire, though, trying to catch the jump with the back air. The up air not connecting for the strong hit. That time it does. SmashBros going to have to find a way down. The air dodge makes it happen. Gackt back on the center platform. Home sweet home.
True, but no platforms. What do you do now? Got to wait for something. You're just going to get juggled. Tries to throw out a magnet just in case we see a projectile, but SmashBros playing it safe, going in with the melee ranged options.
I love that shield pressure too. We see the nair, the down tilt, the forward tilt, another big forward tilt from SmashBros on the hunt now to try and punish Gackt. Gackt going high. It's still so dangerous here on Town and City. The platforms are not in center stage, and it just might be better for Lucas Nerf. I am so worried for either player.
Yeah, you got to watch out. SmashBros getting these nice confirms, almost getting something here very close to the ledge. Not going to get that PK Thunder, but it's just enough to grab the ledge regardless. We have these situations where Gackt is above SmashBros, but this could be the edge guard to close it out, and it will be indeed. The fair is going to mean that Gackt is going to take that game. SmashBros, unfortunately, was so close, but it is what it is. We have the makings for a potential Game 5 here, though, AG. Gackt,
so
it could have gone either way.
I would almost guarantee it just from all of these small and very large adaptations that we're seeing from both these players. SmashBros had a lot of great ideas right there. Like I said, going to meet Gackt on those center platforms and forcing the issue. Really good strings on the shield, knowing what Gackt is going to do out of shield, right? We saw a lot of nair out of shield.
Yes.
So we saw SmashBros also just implement these sort of fade back or fade deep neutral airs.
Yeah.
And then punish the neutral air from Gackt. Unbelievable stuff. I cannot wait to get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. You can see how they both use some of their all-encompassing moves, you know, like the Nair for Lucas or the Magnet for Ness. Some of these things that you can actually kind of absorb yourself into the hitbox and try to muscle your way through any of these interactions. The trades at the beginning of this set were really, really good. Why are we not seeing so many favorable trades for either player now? It's because they have actually cemented their spacing.
Yes, that's such a good way to put it as we lock in for this next game. We have Gackt looking so stoic, and we have SmashBros locking in one more time, at least here on Pokemon Stadium. It ends up being the pick.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Looking for that, but holding in. Very smart from SmashBros. Not going to get caught with the fire flag. You don't want to get spiked like that early in Game 4.
No. I will take whatever percent I need while by holding in. That spike would ruin the day.
That's right. Still got to watch out, though, because Gackt is still hunting for this stock. Is not done yet. Is going to dance around the platform. SmashBros still looking for an approach from beneath. That almost gets something here. Good Zair Train, but can't get a second one. Has to go back to the drawing board here.
That's such a good thing about the Zair Train, too, is if you do end up trying to dodge out of it, as we saw from Gackt right there, usually the Lucas can just get a follow-up anyway.
Yes.
Nair, though, unfortunately for SmashBros, resetting that ledge situation, and that neutral air also keeping this pressure going, and that's going to be the drop zone fair for Gackt. So many stocks have fallen exactly that way, and Gackt looking for just a few more.
Especially since you know that the tether grab is something that SmashBros has been keeping so close to the chest, something that you have used so fervently because it is such a good option, and it really bypasses a lot of the edge guards that Gackt has been setting up. However, for the drop zone fair, that's perfect spacing.
Oh, all right. That Zair could have been big, but the forward tilt was just a little shallow. We see SmashBros keeping that pressure up. I love that little shield push from the forward tilt. The pressure keeps going, but Gackt finds a way around, and another drop zone fair is just going to be the stock with the smash punish, but no, another get up attack to clear the path.
Good, cool, clear head on that one. SmashBros can go for the easiest way out, but we are going to find that very nice, long, lingering multi-hit down smash, and that's all you need. Gackt kind of fell right into it, had no other option.
Yeah, especially when you see that PK Thunder go a certain way, you know what the angle is. You had the punish ready, and the spot dodge gets called out, but still holding onto the stock for just a moment until Gackt finds one more forward air to take it.
Yeah, fair has been a consistent killer for Gackt. It's something that we know that he's going to rely on when necessary. It's going to be a great combo tool here. It's going to be the bread and butter, does everything for you. However, SmashBros aching to get back to center stage is so dangerously close.
Great pressure right there. That neutral air is such a good combo starter, especially by mixing up the movement and how deep or shallow you end up going with it. Good stuff from SmashBros, punishing that aerial on the shield, and look at this. I'm worried for Gackt. Gonna make it back, but for how long? It just sets it up yet again. SmashBros on the hunt right now.
That's true. Trying to get these rising nairs to punish and catch shield on platform, force Gackt. But the shield discipline from Gackt has been so good.
Another jump from ledge. We had the idea with SmashBros PK Fire, but Gackt had some good patience, which has been the trademark of this set, to say the least.
It really is. All right, still another trade, this time working out for Gackt. Another quick nair to catch the tether grab. Oh, but we have something. What are we going to see? Are we going to get the second chance? No, we don't even have to do it because, look, you just pressured Gackt all the way out.
Last stock situation, 100 is so big a mountain to climb, but this is exactly where Gackt crumbled previously. In those scramble situations, SmashBros thrived, got all of the right answers, guessed every single question without hesitation, and we just might see it again right now.
We need to see SmashBros in flow state. We saw a brief glimpse of it in the last game, but right now, if SmashBros can get rolling, they might just have it, but no! Gackt is going to rip it right away and take it with a yo-yo after all. A 3-1 over SmashBros, and Gackt keeps it rolling.
Probably, without a doubt, the closest 3-1 I have ever seen.
For real.
What a wonderful set from both players. Plenty to take away from that, and I'm sure a barn burner, to say the least. The crowd was going wild with each and every interaction, as it was a surprise to everyone at home and the players when both of the characters would just lunge at each other and something would happen.
I know. If you know one thing about that set before it started, you knew that they were going to swing.
Yes.
They were going to be swinging at each other, and we saw a lot of flying PK fires. We saw a lot of crazy